What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Francis Beau, here to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on anything going on in the world of entertainment. And I just checked out the latest Netflix film from David Ayer, or his latest film, and that would be Bright. And this film stars Will Smith and Joel Egerton, and it also is a screenplay written by Max Landis. Yeah, I checked it out, and I want to give you guys my thoughts on it because there's been a lot of backlash towards this film. A lot of critics are calling this film the worst movie of the year, right? The worst movie of the year. So when I heard that, and I went to see, and I went into going into watching this film on Netflix, my expectations were kind of lowered just a little bit, but I still had hope for this film. And well, um, I gotta tell you guys, Bright is decent. Bright is a decent film. Now, I'll talk about my positives and my negatives and my overall score out of 10 as we always do. So, let's first start off with the positives of Bright. The first positive right off the bat with Bright is the makeup. The makeup, especially on Joel Egerton's orc character and just the orcs in general, and also the elves and all these other mystical creatures, they all look pretty good with the makeup on. So, it looks, from the makeup point of view, it looks really good. Also, the way it's filmed and the environment that they're in is also pretty well done. I like this gangster fantasy world that we're in with orcs and elves and fairies. Um, I really like the environment that we're in. So that's two positives right off the bat. The other positive I like is that this is the thing that's a lot of fantasy movies like to do, and that is that in the beginning of the movies they always like to throw in a lots of expedition at you, telling you about how the orcs and the fairies and all these people came to be in this world. In Bright, they don't do that. They just go right in, and you just basically accept the fact that these people are in this world. And they also show you some montage, throughout the opening credits. They show you like some graffiti art of orcs and such, and humans. So if you guys want to see like some sort of backstory for Bright, just watch the opening credits. There's like this opening credits of of the graffiti art of how everything came to be basically. So that was really cool. I like that they didn't just throw like a big like long text or something. They just simplified it down with just graffiti art, which goes with the tone of the movie, which is supposed to be like the gangster fairy tale type of film that just happens to be set in the real world as well. So Will Smith and Joel Egerton, they also did pretty good jobs as their roles. I think Joel Egerton stood out the most. I really liked him as the orc character, and Will Smith also did a pretty good job. I feel like Will Smith was just playing more of himself in this film, but he fit the role of a police cop, and also Joel Egerton as an orc. I thought that the pair up was good, and the chemistry was there. I saw some chemistry between the two characters. Um, let's get into the negatives. The big negative for Bright is the screenplay. The way this movie was written, I think it could have been way better because the lines that the characters say are pretty stiff. They're pretty bland, and they should have worked. They should have done a rewrite for the script because um, it's not good. I think they should have rewritten it again before they went to film this because the script's pretty bland. It's not creative lines. It's very, very simple. And Will Smith and Joel Egerton do their best to deliver these lines, but quite honestly, they just come off very, very bland sometimes. So that was the probably the weakest thing about this film is the screenplay. And the other thing was also you know not getting to know some other characters. Like the villain was very, very weak. I think that we need more time to establish this world that we're in, and I think that that ultimately leads into the biggest problem with Bright, and that is that it's a movie. Bright should have been a series. It should have been a Netflix series. I think that if it was a Netflix series, I feel like we would have had more time and more, free free will to tell more of a story about the environment that we're in, the world that we're in. In a movie, it's kind of harder because you have such a limited time, and I think as a series, you could just expand it as long as you want. So we are getting a sequel to Bright. They confirmed that we are going to get a sequel, and maybe we'll get more explanation to this world, and I'm actually curious to see a sequel for Bright. I want to see like what they would do with a sequel. Um, but as it stands, Bright is not a terrible film. People are calling this film the worst movie of the year. I totally disagree with that. There are worse movies that came out this year, and Bright is not one of them. Bright is a decent film. It's not a great movie, but action's pretty good. Makeup is actually pretty well done. The performances are good, and yeah, like I said, the negatives are just the storytelling. Script could have been way better, and I feel like this should have been more should have been turned into a series rather than a movie. But yeah, it's a passable movie. You guys should check it out. I will give Bright, for me, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's a decent film. It's a passable movie. It's nowhere close getting the title worst of the year. Um, it's it's not even close. So go check out Bright. It's on Netflix if you guys want to go check it out. I wouldn't rush out and see this film on Netflix. I would wait for a little bit. But as it stands, decent popcorn film. So that's it for my review for Bright. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys let me know. Did you guys enjoy Bright? Do you guys think it's the worst movie of the year? Let me know all your thoughts about Bright in the comment section below. And that is it for my thoughts on Bright. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, as we end these videos, Beau out. See you next time. Peace.